Welcome to Philosophy Decoded, where we explore timeless wisdom for modern life. Let's decode today's philosophy. You say you value health. You believe staying healthy is important. But you haven't exercised in 3 weeks. You ate fast food 4 times this week. You scrolled on your phone until 2 a.m. last night instead of sleeping. So here's the question Socrates would ask. Do you actually value health? Or do you just think you do? Your answer doesn't matter. Your behavior already answered. This is the gap Socrates spent his entire life exposing. The gap between what people say they believe and what their actual choices reveal they believe. And it's brutal, because once you see this gap in yourself, you can't unsee it. This episode is that test. By the end, you'll know what you actually believe. Not what you wish you believed. Not what you tell people you believe. What your life proves you believe. Most people don't want to know the answer. But knowing is the only way to close the gap. The Socratic method. Your life is the evidence. Socrates had a simple technique. He didn't argue with people about what they believed. He asked them questions about their choices. Then he let them see their own contradictions. Someone would claim they valued wisdom above all else. Socrates would ask, "How much time did you spend learning this week versus how much time you spent pursuing money or status?" Quote, the person would realize, almost no time learning, most of their week chasing wealth. Socrates would just nod. So you value money and status above wisdom. Your time allocation proves it. Quote, the person would protest. No, I value wisdom, I just haven't had time. Quote, and Socrates would respond, you always have time for what you actually value. You're busy pursuing money. That's what you value. Your words say wisdom. Your calendar says money. Quote, this is the test. Not what you claim, what you do. Your behavior is the most honest thing about you. It never lies. The belief audit. 3 questions that expose everything. Here's how to run Socrates' test on yourself. 3 questions. Completely honest answers. Write these down. Don't skip this. The value is in actually doing it, not just understanding the concept intellectually. Question 1. What do you say you value most in life? Common answers. Family, health, personal growth, meaningful work, freedom, creativity, contribution. Write yours down. Top 3 values you claim to hold. Question 2. Where did you spend your time last week? Not where you wish you spent it. Not where you intended to spend it. Where you actually spent it. Look at your calendar. Look at your screen time report. Count the hours. Work, social media, TV, exercise, family time, learning, scrolling, meetings, errands. Write down the actual hour allocation. Be brutally honest. Question 3. Where did you spend your money last month? Again, not what you wish you spent it on. What you actually spent it on. Rent, food, subscriptions you don't use, impulse purchases, investments, experiences, status symbols, tools for growth. Write the real numbers. Now compare your answers to question 1 with your answers to questions 2 and 3. This is where the gap appears. The gap. Where your words and actions diverge. You said you value family most. But you spent 50 hours at work, 20 hours on social media, and 4 hours with your family last week. Socrates would say, you don't value family most. You value work and distraction most. I know because that's where you spent your time. You said you value health. But you spent money on restaurants, alcohol, and entertainment. Almost nothing on a gym membership or quality food. Socrates. You value immediate pleasure over long-term health. Your spending proves it. Quote, you said you value personal growth. But you spent hours watching Netflix and scrolling Instagram. Almost 0 hours reading, learning, or developing skills. Socrates. You value entertainment over growth. Your behavior doesn't lie. This is uncomfortable. Most people get defensive here. I do value those things, I'm just busy. Or, I'll focus on that next month. Or, it's more complicated than that. Quote. Socrates would respond, it's not complicated. You do what you value. You avoid what you don't value. Everything else is self-deception. Why the gap exists. The difference between stated beliefs and revealed beliefs. Stated beliefs are what you tell yourself and others you believe. They're aspirational. They're the person you wish you were. Revealed beliefs are what your actions prove you believe. They're actual. They're the person you are right now. The gap exists because stated beliefs feel good to claim. They make you look good. They align with who you want to be. But revealed beliefs are driven by what you actually prioritize when faced with real choices in real moments. You state that you value health. That feels good to say. It's socially acceptable. It's who you want to be. But when it's 8 p.m. and you're tired and hungry, your revealed belief is, I value comfort and convenience over health right now. So you order takeout. When it's 11 p.m. and you should sleep, your revealed belief is, I value distraction from tomorrow's stress over long-term health. So you scroll. Your stated belief says health matters. Your revealed beliefs say comfort, convenience, and distraction matter more. Both are true. One is aspirational. One is operational. Socrates said, if you want to know what someone believes, don't ask them. Watch what they do when no one is looking. The most brutal version of the test. Here's the version most people can't handle. Imagine you die tomorrow. Someone reviews your calendar, your bank statements, your browser history from the last year. Based purely on that evidence, what would they conclude you valued? Not what you said you valued. What the evidence proves you valued. Would they say, this person clearly valued their family above all else? Or would they say, this person spent most of their time working and most of their money on stuff? Would they say, this person was committed to growth? Or would they say, this person consumed a lot of entertainment? Would they say, this person lived by their principles? Or would they say, this person said one thing and did another? The evidence doesn't lie. The browser history never lies. This is Socrates' ultimate test. If your life was examined as evidence, would it prove you lived by the values you claim to hold? For most people, the answer is no. And that realization is devastating. Why this matters? The unexamined life. Socrates said, the unexamined life is not worth living. This is what he meant. If you never examine the gap between what you say you believe and what you actually do, you'll spend your entire life lying to yourself about who you are. You'll say you value one thing and live as if you value something else entirely. You'll die never having closed the gap. The examined life is the life where you see the gap clearly. You don't make excuses for it. You don't rationalize it. You just see it, and then you make a choice. Either change your stated beliefs to match your revealed beliefs. Be honest about what you actually value. If you value comfort and entertainment over health and growth, just admit it. Stop pretending you value things you don't actually prioritize. Or, change your revealed beliefs to match your stated beliefs. Align your behavior with your aspirations. If you claim to value health, actually spend time and money on health. Let your calendar and bank account prove it. Both are valid. The only invalid choice is continuing to lie to yourself about the gap. How to close the gap? The Socratic commitment. Here's the practice Socrates would recommend. Every week, run the audit. 3 questions. 1. What do I say I value? 2. Where did I spend my time this week? 3. Where did I spend my money this week? Compare the answers. Notice the gap. Don't judge it. Just see it clearly. Then ask, if I actually valued what I claim to value, what would I do differently next week? Quote. 1 action. Specific. Measurable. If you value health, commit to 3 workouts next week. Put them on the calendar like meetings you can't miss. If you value family, commit to 1 distraction-free hour with them every day. No phone, no laptop, just presence. If you value growth, commit to reading for 30 minutes instead of scrolling before bed. Small action, but aligned action. Do this weekly. The gap starts to close. Not because you're trying harder. Because you're being honest about what you actually value versus what you wish you valued. And you're choosing, consciously choosing, to align behavior with aspiration. The uncomfortable truth Socrates discovered. Most people would rather maintain the illusion that they're living by their values than face the truth that they're not. The illusion feels better. It protects the ego. It lets you think you're the person you want to be without doing the work to become that person. But Socrates argued, the illusion is poison. It guarantees you'll never close the gap because you refuse to admit the gap exists. The truth is harsh. It reveals hypocrisy. It shows that you've been lying to yourself, maybe for years. But the truth is also freedom. Because once you see the gap, you can close it. Once you admit what you actually value based on your behavior, you can decide if you want to change. The test isn't about shame. It's about clarity. You say you value health. Your behavior says you value comfort. Fine, now you know. Now you can choose. Be honest that you value comfort and stop pretending you prioritize health. Or start prioritizing health for real and let your behavior prove it. Both are better than lying to yourself. The ideas in this video are for educational purposes and represent philosophical perspectives from history. They are not professional advice. Always consider your specific situation and consult appropriate professionals when needed. 3 questions. What do you say you value? Where did you spend your time? Where did you spend your money? The answers expose the gap between stated beliefs and revealed beliefs. Run the audit weekly. See the gap. Close the gap. Next episode. Why the Stoics never hustled and were more productive than anyone. The distinction between effort and busyness that modern culture completely erased. And that's the wisdom behind it. If this helped you think deeper, subscribe for weekly explorations of philosophy and meaning. Thanks for watching.